If I say to you that I'm running a multiple seven-figure marketing agency, you'd probably assume that I have to work all day and have no freedom. But this couldn't be further from the truth. You see, I currently run my marketing agency with about 4 hours per week. And in this video, I'm going to show you the exact systems, processes, and team structure that allows me to generate over $550,000 per month while having complete freedom in my business. Thanks to these systems, I'm also able to run my coaching company, Seven Figure Agency, which also does multiple seven figures. I know it sounds too good to be true. Trust me, I was working 80 plus hours per week when I started my agency and do have an amazing team that runs the day-to-day. But after years of trial and error, I've cracked the code to building a wildly profitable agency that predictably runs itself. Let me show you how. All right, so what I'm saying, I only spend about 4 hours per week. I want to preface that by saying, I had to put the systems, I had to put the team, I had to put the procedure in place in order to make that a reality. And the business has grown to seven figures. We did over $7 billion last year. This is only possible when you've got a great team. And so it's not that nobody's working at plumbing and HVAC SEO, right? It's not like it just magically produces millions and millions of dollars. There's a team of 60 full-time employees. There's a leadership team that runs the day-to-day. My personal involvement, though, is limited to those 4 hours. So if you look at my schedule, this is kind of Monday through Friday, dedicating my time on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. from 10 o'clock until around 12 is my leadership team. And so I've implemented EOS in the agency. We've developed an amazing team of leaders in each of the key areas within the business. And they're the ones that are running things forward with sales and marketing, with client delivery and the websites and the SEO and the pay-per-click and the strategy, with account management and client relationships and the administrative stuff as well. As the leader of the business, I'm meeting with that team on a weekly basis and we're checking in, we're looking at the scorecard, we're following the EOS process. Now, I'm also still the face of the company from a marketing perspective. And so I need to put out content. I need to do webinars. I need to position the organization. And so Wednesdays, again, that afternoon between 2 and 4, I get dedicated for my once-a-month webinar, my once-a-month podcast, and new content that I need to create for the agency, right? So this is possible. Do I get, things that I need to deal with throughout the week that kind of crop up? Of course, right? But this is the main block of time that I've got allocated. Super blessed to have an amazing team that's managing this on an ongoing basis. So if that's something you aspire to or not, I want to walk you through kind of how I was able to create that as an outcome, as a reality within my agency so that you can do the same. So the first thing we have to solve for, if that's what we want to do, and create a business that continues to grow without us having to do it all ourselves, we have to make sure we've got a model that's built to scale. And I really believe in this concept that simplicity scales, complexity fails. So you need to simplify your business as much as possible. And what I found is the right model is we're going to choose one niche. So if I was an agency serving everybody, plumbing, roofing, e-commerce, chiropractic, it'd be very hard to scale the business. It'd be very hard to put together marketing that would resonate. And so one particular niche, we sell one program that's a retainer-based program every month. There's an upsell, there's a drop sell, but that's the main thing we're selling. It's the same program that we can iterate, that we can map in advance, that we can make really, really fantastic. Monthly fee for us is about $3,500 per month plus ad spend, right? That's the model. If you choose one niche, sell a recurring program, dial in your systems and procedures, that's going to give you a great foundation for something that can create freedom. Number two is, as the business grows, recognize you didn't start the agency to give yourself a job, right? You started the agency to create a business that can deliver world-class results to your clients and create freedom and financial abundance for yourself. And so, if that's a struggle for you and that feels like incongruent, go back and read the book, The E-Myth Revisited by Michael E. Gerber. Kind of walks through the foundation that, if you're wearing the technician hat, like you think, hey, I'm a web designer, and so I'm starting this web design and hosting company. I'm the one that needs to build the websites and do the design and be involved in every little aspect. Then you've created a job for yourself. You're sitting in the technician seat versus the owner or the shareholder seat within the business. And so recognize in advance, I want to build a business that I can remove myself from. And you're not going to be able to do that from day one, but you need to be thinking about that in advance so that you can eliminate, automate, and delegate, right? There's literally nothing so useless as doing efficiently what should be not done at all. That's a famous quote by Peter Drucker. You think about the different areas within the business. You've got operations and account management. You've got admin. You've got sales and marketing. You've got team management. Like, where are you spending time? Where are you investing most of your energy today? And recognize, before delegating it, before hiring someone to do it, the first thing we want to do is eliminate. Right? Are there certain things that we've added to the mix that are just adding complexity. The second thing we want to do is figure out what we can automate. Right? There's amazing automation tools with ChatGPT and Claude and all of these other platforms that are available in the marketplace. Start by thinking, all right, is there a way to put automation in place to eliminate the manual effort, to remove myself or my team from this process? So we run it through the automate filter, and then we look at delegate, right? Like, who can I put in place to do this particular thing for me? The third step in this process would be to do some type of time and energy audit, right? And this is something I've been doing from the very beginning. I recognize, like, I want to build this agency. I want to create time and freedom. A long time ago, I read the book, The 4-Hour Work Week, and Tim Ferriss wrote it, and it's just still a little bit of an old book now, but the foundational principle is, you want to try and create a business that gives you freedom, gives you flexibility, gives you the opportunity to do the things you want to do. That only happens if you're intentional and you figure out where on any given period of time your energy is going. And I know at the beginning in my agency, I was very involved in web development. I was very involved in writing content. I was very involved in the SEO execution for our clients. And that was where almost all my time was going. And I recognized that I can't do that. And so we removed ourselves from that. And then later in the agency, I started to realize, man, I spent a lot of time on account management, right? I'm talking to the clients, I'm going over the reports, I'm explaining the value. And if I want to create time freedom, I'm going to have to remove myself from that. I recognize at some point, I'm really actively involved in managing this team. I'm really super actively involved in, telling them what to do and answering questions and day-to-day drama, right? And doing a time and energy audit helps you look at your day, look where the time's being sucked away, and run them through the filter of what can I eliminate, what can I automate, and what can I delegate. And so this is literally a process, looking at your schedule, looking at your day, and this is tedious, but this self-reflection creates awareness. And whether you do it on a spreadsheet or you do it with a tool like Toggl, there's this tool, if you search it, it's called Toggl, that will help you really track your time throughout the day. Do this type of time study once a quarter and see where your time and energy is going, and then run it through the lens of, is this valuable for me right now, or could I pay somebody to do this less, right, than my value of my time right now? Is this something that I should be doing? Is this something that's giving me energy or sucking energy from me? And so you want to do that time and energy study to figure out where that time is going. Now, in order to help you figure out what you can afford to eliminate, right, in the perfect world, if I had unlimited financial resources, I could hire a COO, I could hire a CFO, I could hire an operations manager, I could hire a salesperson, I could hire a marketing director. But if you're doing 20 or 30 or even $50,000 per month, you can't hire all those positions. So you have to be strategic, and you have to be wise, and you have to replace yourself in a time that makes financial sense. And so running your buyback rate number and figuring out what your time is really worth is going to be the next step in this process. It's a great book by Dan Martell called Buy Back Your Time, where he really explains this concept and this principle really, really clearly. And I've got some sheets I can share with you that can help you kind of plug the numbers in and come up with smart decisions. But really what we're going to try and figure out is, how much income are you taking from the business right now? Like, how much money are you taking out? How many hours are you working in a typical year? So right now you might be working 40 hours, 50 hours every single week. Divide that by those hours, and that's your hourly value. Now we want to try and get a 4-time result, or 4x return on investment from our time. And so if you take that and you divide it by 4, that will tell you how much you can afford to pay to remove yourself from some of these positions. And then number 5 is, we need to replace ourselves. What I found is a domino scale in terms of the order at which you're going to remove things from your plate and you're going to put people in order. First would be operations management and delivery. In your agency, if you're going to take off the technician hat and focus on the business owner hat, or the business director hat, or the business growth driver, you can't be doing the operations. Right? So if you're still writing content, building websites, designing graphics, setting up funnels, doing the actual physical delivery of the work, that's going to be the first position you want to remove yourself from. And you want to get somebody that can lead that operational charge and do the work. That was the first position we removed ourselves from in the agency. The second position is account management. And, this is, if we want to retain the clients, we got to launch them well, right? You got to come out of the gates well. And then we got to be checking in with them, right? We have to be going through the reports, showing the value, seeing the vision, talking about what's coming next, game planning the next 3 to 6 months with them, and being available to answer questions and go back and forth. Once you've got about 15 to 16 clients, if you're still selling and you're still account managing, even if you're not doing any of the work, you're going to have such a limit to the amount of time you can invest in your business or that you can do whatever you want to do. And so you want to remove yourself from account management. This is usually the second role that you want to take yourself out of so that you can create that freedom. You can create that time flexibility. Number 3 would be marketing and or personal assistant typically. So you've got operations taken care of, you got account management getting done, but you're still in charge of sales and marketing for your agency. And so at this stage in the game, you may be spending a lot of time with administrative tasks, setting up funnels for yourself, doing email blasts for yourself, setting up social campaigns, recording video content and loading it up. Anything I teach you to do in the growth system, if you're still doing the administrative, the behind the scenes portion of that, that's not going to be the highest and best use of your time, right? You can definitely get a good marketing assistant to take that on. And, usually that marketing assistant can also become your personal assistant where they can book your travel. They can pay bills for you that need to be taken care of. They can take care of a little minutia that's taking up your time. Look at operations, account management, then we've got your personal assistant and your marketing assistant that's helping to take that off your table. And then number 4 would be sales, right? And this is where you kind of go full circle. Once you've got a salesperson in place that's taking sales calls and closing clients, your business has come full circle, right? You've got marketing happening, you've got sales calls being taken and clients being signed up, you've got account management, onboarding the client, getting the usernames, passwords, launching the campaign, and then you've got an operations team that's doing the work, the website, SEO, paper, whatever it is that's included in your program. And so the business can quite literally operate without you having to be involved in any aspect of the business. So that's the 4th role is placing that salesperson. And then typically, you can have all those roles and still not truly have the freedom that you need within the business, because the next step is you got to elevate leaders, right? You have to say, okay, I want you to be in charge of account management, which means you're not coming to me and asking, how do I manage the team and how do I check in with the clients and what gifts should we send? Like, that person has that function and they understand what the responsibilities, they can step up, they can own it. You want leaders in each of the key areas within the business that are making decisions, and it all rolls up to you in a weekly level 10 meeting. Now, in terms of hiring for those roles, I've got a complete, key positions as you scale document that I can share with you, as well as some additional resources that I can run you through to help you figure out where your time's being spent, who you should hire next, and how to put all of that stuff in place. But, just kind of a reverse engineering, how was I able to take myself in my agency from, working 60 hours a week to working a very limited 4 hours per week on average? It's just that. It's exactly what I shared with you, and really walking through that entire process and putting those systems in place, building that leadership team that can take over so that the business can provide you with 4 things. Money, right? The money that you need in order to pay your bills and live your desired lifestyle, but also freedom, right? We want the freedom to do what we want to do. And, yes, could I say, I spend all my time playing with my kids and doing what I want to do? Yes, I chose to, shift my focus. While the team is growing, and that's great, I've shifted my focus to working with digital marketing agencies and showing them how they can grow and scale and showing them. And so I do spend a lot of my time on the 7-figure agency coaching and mentorship side of the equation because I've created that freedom in the agency. But the third thing we want from our agencies is impact, right? Knowing that we're impacting our clients, right? Like, if you create freedom for yourself and you're dropping the ball on your clients, that's no good, right? You have to know that what you're doing is working. You've got a team that's delivering for the clients. The clients are sticking around long term. The team is continuing to grow because they're getting career tracks and they're able to take care of their family. So money, freedom, and impact. When you do this right and you put the systems, the procedure, and the team in place, that's how you scale. That's how you create that freedom and flexibility that we're all after. And that's exactly how I run a $7 million agency in just 4 hours per week. Over the last couple of years, we've helped 133 other agency owners not only scale to 7 figures, but help them put the same systems in place so that they can enjoy the freedom entrepreneurship can give. So if you want to scale your agency to 7 figures while working less than ever before, then click the link in the description to book a free one-on-one agency acceleration session with us. In this session, we'll look at your current situation, identify what's holding you back, and build a customized roadmap to scale to 7 figures. This is specifically for agency owners doing at least $10,000 per month who want to scale to $1 million and beyond. If that's you, click the link below and schedule a free call. And if you want a full-length free course on the exact framework we use to help marketing agencies grow, then click here on the screen and watch the next video.